If we decide, I already know, then at that moment, learning stops. We operate from preconceived notions and assumptions. And these notions are often so limiting and so crippling. If you wish to lead a life of quality, then remember to always keep learning. First point. Second point, to always keep growing. And the third point is to keep persevering and not give up. To achieve our goals, we must have the quest for more knowledge. There are those who approach life with a beginner's mindset. No matter how much they may be knowing, they are curious for that one gem of wisdom that they did not know, which could add further quality to their life. This beginner's mindset you find naturally in children. They are always curious. The world around them is so fascinating. They are eager to discover and learn about it. There's the story of this little child who was pestering her mother with so many questions. And finally, the mother scolded her child. She said, "Stop asking. Don't you know that curiosity killed the cat?" So the child thought about that for a moment. The curiosity killed the cat and said, "Mommy, what is it the cat wanted to know which she was curious about?" That kind of curiosity unravels for us the infinite wisdom that is there in the universe. And the reverse of this is those who think they know it all. They may be experts or may not be experts, but the moment somebody thinks, "I already know, I have already heard, I have learned," then further learning stops. One CEO of a corporation realized that running this company and managing his own self was such a mess. So he went to a guru in the Himalayas and said, "Gurudev, I need your help." Gurudev said, "Tell me what you need your help about." And this CEO started explaining his situation and then giving his expert opinions about everything. Gurudev asked for a cup of tea. His disciples brought a cup of tea. He asked for a glass of water. They served him a glass of water as well. He started taking the water and pouring it in the teacup. So the tea was spilling over and falling on the tablecloth and the carpet below. The CEO said, "Gurudev, what are you doing? It's all falling on the floor." The Guru said, "This is exactly your way of thinking. You are so full of your own ideas and your own opinions, there is no scope for adding anything further to it." So, if we decide, "I already know," then at that moment, learning stops. One student, he engaged a tennis coach. So this middle school student, he was being coached by the tennis coach. And every time the coach said something, the student gave him his own expert opinions. And after a little while, the coach caught on and he started nodding his head. So the student would say something and the coach would say, yes, 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 very good. That is right. That's exactly the way it is supposed to be. Now, somebody in the side of the court was listening. After the session was over, he spoke to the coach and said, why were you not giving him your expert advice? The coach said, I learnt a long time ago that it is pointless sharing wisdom with someone who only wishes to hear echoes. But that is how involuntarily we tend to become. We get into a conversation and rather learning what the other has to say, we just keep waiting. When will this person stop and I will get my chance to speak? In fact, somebody said that the only reason we listen to others is because we know when they stop, it will be our chance to speak. So rather than listening to them, we are thinking about how we are going to reply. However, it's not the way God intended it to be. God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for the reason that He wanted us to hear more than we should speak. We operate from preconceived notions and assumptions. And these notions are often so limiting and so crippling. We all know that the first flight that took off in the history of humankind, when machines were made to fly, was by Wilbur and Orville Wright in nearby North Carolina. Now, interestingly, their father, Milton Wright, was a bishop. And he went in the late 19th century to a religious college in the Midwest. He started speaking with the chairman of that college, who was a professor of physics and chemistry. And he said to that chairman that everything to be discovered has already been discovered. Everything to be invented has already been invented. And the chairman of the college said, I don't think so. I think a lot more things will be invented and discovered in the years to come. Milton Wright was annoyed by that. He said, how presumptuous of you to think something new will get invented. We already have such fascinating inventions. The printing press has been made. The bicycle has been made. So that chairman said, for example, in future, people will make machines that will fly in the air. And Milton Wright said, that is scandalous. The only beings expected to fly in the air are angels. How dare you say that human beings will make machines that will fly in the air? And his own 2 sons, they proved him wrong. When they, in the year 1903, they made a machine fly. How wrong our assumptions are often. This husband and wife, Champak Lal and Popta Ben, they had their uncle called Baradar Bhai, who was staying with them for 15 years. And as they say in Hindi, naak mein dam kar diya, he was such a pain in the neck to both of them. Finally, when Baradar Bhai died and they cremated him, Champak Lal said to his wife Popta Ben, "Arey o Popta, if it was not for the fact that Baradar Bhai was your uncle, I would never have tolerated him for 15 years. Popta Behan said, "My uncle? The only reason I was tolerating him was because I thought he was your uncle." They both had made an assumption that he is my spouse's uncle, and they had tolerated Baradar Bhai in their house for 15 years. So these are the kinds of assumptions that we make. But if we wish to receive divine wisdom, we can take a leaf out of the book of Thomas Edison. He was once introduced as the most creative thinker in the world, considering the fact that he had 1093 patents to his name. Definitely that compliment was quite suitable. Thomas Edison said, "I am not a creative thinker." And they said, "You are just being humble." He said, "Not at all. The only thing I can take credit for inventing is the phonograph." And he said, "What about all your other inventions?" Edison said, "I am like a sponge. I take people's ideas and utilize them to make an invention. The idea was somebody else's. They could as well have created something, but they did not. And I took it the little extra mile." In the same way, we will be discussing divine wisdom. And like sponge, we should soak it all in, assimilate it within ourselves, and we will see how to get the best out of it. If you wish to lead a life of quality, then remember to always keep learning. First point. Second point, to always keep growing, because that is the purpose of life. And the third point is to keep persevering and not give up, otherwise you end up digging 20 wells. Keep persevering. And the fourth point is to keep serving. So remember to keep learning and to keep growing.